you really just have to think of the blockchain as a database. And instead of like your SQL Server or your Oracle or your MySQL, whatever, MongoDB, whatever centralized database you're using, the database is basically copied to a bunch of different other computers. You can call them nodes or validators, right? So because everyone has the same copy of something, it makes it infinitely more difficult, the more people to have the same copy, for someone to have corrupted records or inaccurate records, right? Or someone to like what's called double spend, right? So if you control what entries go into the database, you can control what gets written, and you could like double spend your money, right? So that's essentially what crypto is solving, is a double spend problem for simple transactions. And then when you have networks like Ethereum that come along, have smart contracts, so then you're presenting complex transactions that get executed automatically by the same types of nodes and validators. And then they perform like a complex transaction versus like a simple peer-to-peer. So think about it like peer-to-peer is like I give you some money, right? So boom, boom. But if I wanted to buy, this is super simplified, but if I wanted to buy a house from you, that's something you would need like a bunch of smart contracts for, because the transaction is more complicated, more complex.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and break this down a little bit more for our listeners who may not understand a lot of what you just said. So starting with blockchain, how would you explain that to someone who has like no software technical knowledge whatsoever?
Yeah, I would say it's basically a way for everyone to have a copy of the records. Like, so you have a copy of everyone's bank account. That's how I would say. So everyone can have a copy of everyone's bank account, but you don't know whose bank account it is. There are things you can do to figure out whose bank account it is, but generally speaking, you don't know.
Okay, so it's this ledger of transactions that's visible to everyone,
and everyone. So everyone has a copy of everyone's bank accounts. So everyone's constantly checking to make sure that everyone has the same copy at the same time. So it's like if there's a 100 or 1,000 people, everyone has the same copy of everyone's bank accounts, and everyone just is constantly checking just to make sure, like, you got it, I got it. And then that's how everyone has the same copy. So if I try to change something, they're like, now hold up. What's going on with you? You know, because we got this, you got that sort of thing.
Right.